more than 75 countries and more than 2,000 athletes come from around the
Are you
world.
serious?
Yeah, in
That
October.
big 2,000 athletes for Panja. If ever Panja was happening, people get excited and come around to watch.
Yeah.
It's just a natural thing.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the
yeah,
caveman in the male
absolutely.
where he
School,
wants
college,
to,
and everybody has played
Yeah.
it in school, college.
No, and it's popular to watch also.
Yeah,
We
it's
always
very
say, come on Arjun, whatever, you know.
There was a famous photo
Yeah.
where we got him on the table for a photo with Vijendra Singh, who was at that time with Congress, and Kiranji was with BJP.
Oh, nice.
So
And they were holding hands.
Yeah, they were like doing this. So it was all over the
Good
viral picture
Yeah,
press,
yeah, yeah.
BJP versus Congress. हिंदी में बोलते तो हवा बदल जाती है जब मैच शुरू होने वाला है.
वातावरण में परिवर्तन.
Yeah. It's like it becomes tense all of a sudden. There's call outs, there's all of that stuff. Sometimes on the table they're talking to each other.
So in the match I can
In the
sense
match, कि साले तू क्या बोल रहा था कि तू मुझे करेगा? हाँ अभी कर.
Really?
Yeah. Alexander used to select his generals based on Panja.
Okay, Parvin Dabbas, after a long time, we checked, I think episode 44, which is about 10 years ago.
Oh, yeah?
You have any memory?
Yeah, of course. At
Don't act, yeah.
Linking Road.
Yeah,
We shot at
Linking Road.
Linking.
That's
Of
right.
course I-
So, not bad, huh? You must have done some research.
No, not at all.
Many years have passed.
Actually, I just remembered when you said it right now.
Say swear.
Yeah, I swear.
Really?
But then I remembered that we had
No,
shot
because
there.
they told me you're coming. I said, I'm 100% sure I have shot with him earlier.
Yeah.
Of course, we go back a long way. I'll quickly just mention it. When he first came as an actor, or I think you'd done something actually abroad or something
I've
was
done a-
running.
a
Fitness thing.
Fitness thing, yeah. Acting course and all, but all of that. But
Yeah.
the actual first thing that I ever did in Bombay was Together.
Yeah.
That little play that
Play
we did.
Politics.
Yeah, with Boman.
Boman.
I think it was Boman's
Brajesh ji?
first. Brajesh and you, me.
Yeah, correct.
And also apna...
Kunal.
Kunal.
Yeah.
Kunal also.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right. That's the memory. Then he went on to many famous things after that. If you have time, I'll get into that. But today he's come with, let's just show the logo there, the Pro Panja League, which is in its second season. Yeah, there you are, that camera.
Yeah.
So after 20 years, I still don't know where the freaking cameras are. Yeah.
They're everywhere.
They're everywhere, yeah. They're watching us. Praveen, have to be very careful. Big Brother's watching. I want to talk about the wall also once we... But let's get this, not out of the way, but let's get into it firstly.
We talk about everything.
Yeah, totally. Completely. I mean, how much Panja can we talk about, bro? Although I'm more into the finger Panja. Do you know what that is? Yeah, give me a hand.
It doesn't sound very...
So it's a sissy. It's a sissy. I know. It's a bit of a sissy version of a Panja. So you have to put your hand down. And then you do one, two,
okay, yeah,
three,
yeah.
like bully off it.
That's the thumb.
Yeah, and then you just...
Yeah,
but you
yeah.
can't take up...
okay.
Yeah. Okay. 10 minutes later. Yeah, hands going up, bro.
Okay. I'm not used to it, no?
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you in.
Okay.
I did it because he's the guest and he's coming from far away. It's okay. All right. So let's get into the how did it start? This is second season.
This is going to be now the third season. We finished 2 seasons.
What an idiot. What an anchor. You don't do some research before coming.
So, yeah.
So 2 seasons done.
2 seasons done. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. So 2 seasons and
How did it
about
start?
5-6
Just
years.
take us back to
Yeah,
the
yeah,
then we'll
sure.
come to the third season.
So I'm actually started off as a fan of MMA, UFC. Big fan.
Do you do MMA
I
practicing?
don't. I used to do kickboxing.
Okay.
3
3 marriages later.
yeah. So, but still a very big fan of UFC, MMA. And we started with, I felt there was a
Vacancy.
a vacuum in the market for like a MMA podcast, UFC podcast in India. And in 2017, I don't know if you follow UFC.
I watch a little bit here and there.
So,
but I
so
won't
there
say
was
I
a big
follow him.
McGregor Nate Diaz
Yeah,
fight,
I
which was
follow all
happening.
those matches. Yeah.
So after the first one, I had a lot of views pent up inside of me, and I was like, okay, and there was nothing being spoken about it in India, for the Indian market. So I started a podcast called the MMA India Show and launched it on Facebook. It really took off, both bouquets and brickbats and all of that. And we were like, okay, this is something, pushed it onto YouTube. And then also started a website. I was like, okay, this is, interesting. Maybe we can go further into this. And launched a website, MMAindia.com, bought the site name off of somebody who had it and started. And that was 2007 and 18, both these years. And it just kind of took off.
But this is not the thing that Shilpa Shetty's husband started.
No.
He also brought in some
He did
MMA?
something. So
Yeah.
that was the Super Fight League and everything which was going on, which went on to some other owner. And so that went on for a couple of years. So we used to cover things like that. So this was not a promotion, but it was more a sports and entertainment website covering combat sports. So that was kind of the entry into sports. And then I started a couple of more websites, Sports India Show, Sports Room, and which are still going on. But then I was like, okay, this is interesting. Maybe we can try the promotion side of it. So there were already quite a few people in MMA in India. So I was like, I need to try, something else, and also something which I feel can be massy, has an Indian ethos to it and an Indian name, because I felt that was very important. And when I started thinking about it, Panja kind of ticked all the boxes. And
But there was Panja around the world, which we've been
there
seeing on
was.
YouTube for many years.
Yeah, there was.
And they have like a proper official sort of circuit, don't they?
I wouldn't call it a circuit. There used to be something called WAL in America, World Arm Wrestling
That
League.
Donald Trump came up with.
No, he didn't.
Well, not that one. That's a different wall.
Yeah, not that wall, not the Mexican wall.
Oops.
But during COVID, it kind of didn't start up again. It shut down during COVID, and it was pretty good. Used to do well. Now they've got something else abroad. But it was during so around 2018 is when we started planning this as well. And doing research on leagues around the world, various combat sports, various other sports which might be in the same, you can say, bracket as Panja, like darts, which may not be considered or seen, understood as a fully professional sport, but as a recreational sport.
Correct.
Then how do you make it a professional sport? So that was 2018 to 2020 was that time, kind of setting the thing. 2020, we did our first tournament, and we always had in mind that we want to do a couple of tournaments before we come to TV, to broadcast, to understand, what's the best way of bringing
what your
it.
market is also.
Yeah, what the market is, how to, how to adjust the rules, how to make it more entertaining. So 2020, we did our first, what is called a ranking tournament, where there was about 400, 500 athletes who come and they rank themselves, in each weight category.
Rank themselves?
As in whoever wins and beats everybody else becomes first rank. So it's kind of, you rank yourself.
You create the rank.
Yeah. So it's not like we choose the people and say, okay, you're good, you come on this side. So that's why I say rank themselves, because it's really
process
on the
of
basic,
elimination to
yeah,
reach the top.
exactly. So that way, and that went off really well.
Did you get a crowd?
We had a pretty decent crowd. Yeah, we had a pretty
Where
decent
was
crowd.
this?
This was in Delhi at Tyagraj.
And people came to watch.
People came to watch, and there was actually a pretty vibrant amateur scene also when we started. So we called a lot of, of course, people and people interested in sport, and people from the MMA world also, and amateurs from arm wrestling. And we know really Mr. Kiran Rijiju, who was the sports minister at the time, he came to inaugurate it. So it was a pretty big thing. Vijendra Singh.
Did you do Punjab with him?
There's I didn't do with him, but there's a famous photo where we got him on the table for a photo with Vijendra Singh, who was at that time with Congress, and Kiranji was with BJP.
Oh, nice.
So
and they were holding hands.
Yeah, they were like doing this. So it was all over the
good
viral picture press,
Yeah,
BJP versus Congress.
Yeah.
So
who won? And this is not elections.
It was actually just a photo op, so we didn't want to.
Why take that chance? Because that stays forever.
Yeah. So it really took off. Unfortunately, it was 3 weeks before COVID. And then in between COVID, during the first and second lockdown, we kind of, during that time, had a little bit of rethink. And what we decided was to kind of put it in front of bigger monuments to make the sport bigger.
Monuments as in the setting.
The setting.
Yeah.
So what we did is, once the first lockdown finished, we did an event at the Radio Club Pierre with the Gateway of India at the back.
Nice. It's a fabulous idea.
Yeah. So I was just going around there, and I was looking for a place
beautiful.
to do it.
At the right time, evening, I presume you're going to shoot it.
Yeah, we started about 5:30.
Perfect.
So we got the sunset and into the darkness with the
lights. When my first girl broke up with me, I walked there for a long time. And then I didn't do anything stupid.
Okay.
Back to your story.
Okay, so so it went off amazingly well.
So you just leave it open at that point for people to come and watch, or it's like a ticketed thing?
No, at that time, because it was between the first two.
Or you couldn't have people.
You were only allowed 150 people, so there were only.
I never understood that whole thing. I don't know if the government's listening, but where do these numbers come from? Funerals, 12 people. I was like, why not 13? I mean, is that the number where the virus hits you at 12?
Yeah.
You can't go over that. Yeah.
So we were, so it was only by invitees, but everybody had a brilliant time. And that's the first time that we felt, okay, we're on to something.
I think it's a brilliant idea. First time, just thinking back to school, college and whatever. If ever Punjab was happening, people get excited and come around to watch.
Yeah.
It's just a natural thing. The caveman in the male way.
School, college, and everybody has played it in school, college.
No, and it's popular to watch also. Because also say, come on Arjun, whatever,
So the whole thing was though of bringing it to broadcast. So how do you shoot it differently?
Yeah.
How do you, the rules. So after that event, we also did one on top of a casino board in Goa.
Oh, nice.
Along with Vijendra Singh. He was doing a fight, I think, Rumble in the Jungle or something
So
like
match
that. No,
boxing
jungle.
match was going on as well.
So in between the boxing matches, we did
nice.
2 of our matches in the ring.
Oh, nice.
So we got some coverage
Yeah.
and all of that, and then
There's a crossover audience. It's again
crossover
contact sport.
audience.
People
Yeah,
interested. A lot of
So that went off really well, and then the second lockdown happened, and then once it opened, we did one of our biggest events, which was again with the idea of setting it against famous monuments in front of the Gwalior Fort.
Oh, nice.
So that was huge.
I've spent this whole show just saying nice. Nice.
So it was a huge, big success. Our social media took off. People started getting up, noticing media, everything. So that is what then led to the deal with the broadcast, Sony Sports and.
So the only challenge I'm seeing right now, which you've already overcome, is that it's basically 2 people in a small area, like we are right now. So for a live or for TV audience, I can totally understand because you got angles and all that.
Yeah.
Zoom, I can pick up everything that's happening. I do watch on YouTube. We'll discuss those famous names as well.
Yeah.
But for a live audience, then how do we are we able to capture everything from a little distance?
Yeah. So actually, our whole thing has been tuning it to a bigger live audience and to the ground event for the audience there, plus the TV audience. So we have made it big because we wanted to take it out of the idea that it's meant for bars and everything. So if you look at our stage, everything, it's pretty big, pretty glamorous lights, and the whole works of a big sports event.
Do they have the entries as well?
Exactly. So
Like
we
the
got the
wrestlers and
entries
stuff?
and all of that. So that was the idea, is to do a kind of a crossover. There were the entries and the whole drama and the entertainment part of it is very important. But what happening on the table is kosher. You know, so I think the guys have also learned along the way how to be more out there and entertaining. And so it's become we've had a pretty good, successful 2 first seasons now.
So what are just briefly, please watch the Pro Panja League.
Pro
Panja League. Panga, I just thought for a second, Panga is not that's my idea. I'm leaving it with you.
Panga is Kabaddi guys.
Oh, but they're taking the word. But I'm saying Pro Panga League also works for me. I mean, just think about it. You can have 2 parallel leagues.
Okay.
Maybe the real jungly version is the Panga League, where you can put the elbow up and all that. Okay, so rules. What are the rules for those of you watching? I know everybody thinks they're experts. So Panja, the way when we were doing it growing up, is you have to keep the elbow flat.
On the there's a pad, so the elbow has to be on the pad.
They tie the arm to the pad.
No, they don't. So you have to keep it. If it goes off, then it's a foul.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have to keep the elbow, and there's an iron peg on this side.
Right.
This other
Which
hand,
you hold,
which always has to be touching. Some part of it has to be there. You don't have to fully hold it. Even
but that's
some
for your
part of the
balance
finger.
anyway, isn't it? Like
It's more of a rule also.
Yeah.
And it gives you some leverage. And then, in our thing, usually in amateur, the guys are given 30 seconds to get their grip. But what we do is, because that's kind of a wastage of time for TV, so we get the referees to directly, and if they don't, then it goes to referee grip. So we start directly with referee's grip, where the referee sets
holding
the grip,
hands together.
and when he says go, then both kind of go. And the idea, of course, which everybody knows, is to get the other guy's hand down on the pad, which is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what about the question of time?
There's no question of time.
So how long it takes? And is it like 3 strikes or 1 strike or what?
It's best of 5.
Okay,
so
so
we
3.
do best of 5.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
the best of 5. Sometimes it goes all 5 rounds.
So what is the break time then after 1 knockout?
You have 1 minute to rest in between.
Because the arm hurts a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
For those who don't do it, if you do it
it's a tough
severely,
sport.
your arm really can pay. That's why I don't do it, because I can't lift weights after that.
Oh, okay.
I've tried it. Also because I'm very bad at it. My sister used to beat me. She was 5 years younger that time.
okay.
Yeah, I mean, let's not get into that. But I do have a guy who's fantastic back in the Bombay gym. He was powerlifting national champion, and he's in his 50s now. Abad, he's a lawyer, leading lawyer, legendary lawyer.
Yeah.
But he's got a grip. I don't let him hold my hand because I just feel my wrist will break.
Wow.
It's just real power.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you this also because I like combat sports myself. Don't judge by my hair. No, but. We were talking offline also. So you don't necessarily have to have a lot of muscle power and all. There's a lot of technique and there's a lot of wrist and hand dexterity.
Yeah.
Just take us through what
finger
you need.
strength, wrist strength, overall body strength, because the whole body is involved. The lats.
But then how do you? So you can't cheat then. You
That's not cheating. When you start, you have to be square off with your opponent.
Right.
The hands have to be in the middle. That's the referee's job, making sure the hands are
and there's no advantage given one.
There's no advantage. That is a starting point. After that, you can totally use your shoulder.
So as long as this stays on, or rather this stays on.
So the only thing is the elbow needs to stay, and you need to hold that peg. You can even use your legs against the legs of the
oh wow.
of the table,
I
as
take
long as
advantage
it's
of
not
all the cheating techniques possible.
yeah, as long as it's not crossing over the other guy's leg. So
But
you
could
can
you
do all of
tickle
that.
the other guy? Like,
Yeah, well, the hand comes off.
No, damn it. Yeah. I'll figure that out.
Yeah.
Cheating technique.
Yeah.
All right. So how long does the whole tournament take then? Because it seems like a very fast game.
Yeah,
And you
but
can
each best of 5 takes, we give it about 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Yeah, it
But-
takes that much time. The walkout, the
Oh, the whole
setting up,
presentation.
yeah, the setting up.
Do they talk to the audience
they-
and all that at the end?
At the end, they talk to the audience. The host
Yeah.
makes them say something if they want to. But if we're running out of time, then no, of course. But it's 20 minutes. Though some of the matches, the longest that went on was 1 hour. We won for 1 hour because there was fouls, which kept becoming so sometimes it goes on. Some the matches were just long. If the competitors are very equal, it can just.
But
keep
don't you
going
lose
on
your
sometimes.
power after some time?
Well, in the end, that's the thing. It's last man, standing. It's whoever has something left in the tank, because
So
otherwise
that's not really to do with the power on the table. That's more
it
like
is.
a
It's stamina.
thing.
But everything that is a part of arm wrestling as well. Because it's equal for both.
See,
right?
there's the other sport I do with one hand. I don't think I should bring it up. You want an awkward moment? He's not saying anything. As if he's never played that sport. In between Panja. All right. So when for a spectator watching, I'm talking about live. We'll come back to TV. What's the experience like? So I'll sit in the, I presume evening, 5:36. And for how long am I there?
2 hours.
For 2 hours.
2 hours.
And I get to see the whole what?
Yeah, so you can come earlier. We have what is called an undercard, which starts another 2 hours before. But usually we call the audience for like 7 to 9, which is the live on TV. And the undercard is also live, but only on the streaming service. And then 7 to 9, and it's like a T20 match, right? It's the idea was, okay, it's a film. It's a 2-hour film. You don't make it too long. It's entertaining. It's short. And I compare the pace to American football because you have these bursts
That's
of
stop-start.
Yeah, so you have these bursts of like dopamine hits.
Yeah.
When these guys are
For 1 yard.
So it's for here it's 5 seconds to 50 seconds or 1 minute, right? Can go until 2 minutes.
So
also.
your average hand going down is between 5 and 50.
I would say, yeah. So it takes that much time, and then you have a break. So you get to, kind of take a breath and restart for the audience, and then you get to, you reset. The guys take a break, and then they come. So it is kind of the pace like American football, where those yards are
High
just for that,
adrenaline and then break,
then
high
they're
adrenaline,
talking and this and that. So it's. I think the audience has really started loving it. They get behind these guys. There's, the वो हिंदी में बोलते तो हवा बदल जाती है जब match shoot होने वाला है.
वातावरण में परिवर्तन.
Yeah. It's like it becomes tense all of a sudden. Especially when okay, these two guys are going to be a little equal. So it's really and people really get behind their guys.
Do they sledge each other and all? Because I think that's a big deal.
Yeah. Before there's call outs, there all of that stuff. Sometimes on the table they're talking to each other.
So in the match I can
In the
sledge
match, कि साले तू क्या बोल रहा था कि तू मुझे करेगा? हाँ, अभी कर.
Really?
Yeah. But that's the fun part.
and it's picked up.
Yeah,
All the audio.
yeah.
And there's no penalty for ungentlemanly behavior.
No.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, we discourage swear words and all, of course, because
yeah.
it's a live audience.
Yeah.
But talking to each other and all that, it's
So
it's part of the game.
what is the training like now that you're almost like the father of the sport now? And so how does a person get into it who has obviously talent? You know in school or college, the guy who's the strongest guy.
Well, we have a huge structure in place. There's like district level, state, national, and we pick up the best athletes from everywhere. And all you have to do is have talent and work hard, and you will be noticed, because it's the game is such that it's not like football that you're playing with 11 others and you may not be here. You're playing one-on-one, and if you're beating everybody else, especially in your state, you're going to be noticed and you're going to be picked up.
But there's ways to train, right?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I watched this offline. We mentioned Levant,
Levan,
the American or Canadian fellow, the big fellow.
the Georgian.
No,
Levan is Georgian.
Devon is
Devon.
Devon.
Devon Harrod, he's
guy.
Canadian.
Yeah,
He's Canadian.
So I was watching his weight training, which is specific to that one arm and to the forearm, then to the wrist, fingers, all that. So it's very, very specialized, clearly, to what he's doing, including the other hand for the balance thingy and all. I was just watching his entire thing. So is that all to get better at it? Is there a structure that you follow, a process that you can follow?
See, I don't get into because I don't consider myself a technical expert. So I'm not. We call the best coaches. Like in the league, we have the best coaches from around the world. So they're the guys who actually teach them how to train and everything. So these guys follow those trainings, but it is very different. It's very technical. It's very specific.
Specific, yeah.
Yeah, they get a lot of it from initially. They used to get it from YouTube as well. Follow these guys and see how they're training, and follow the stuff. And it's not too complicated making the little stuff that you need to train. But you do need to really very specifically train. Sometimes you're just training to keep the guy here, hold, and then be able to bring him back.
The tiredness thingy,
Yeah,
right? I watched that also sometimes. Some technique is just I can just hang on.
Yeah,
Like
and tire the other guy out.
I'll tire the
and
other
then
guy out,
start
and then
to
suddenly
come
you
back.
feel his energy going, and then I have a very important question. If I'm a lefty and you're a righty, then how do you?
It's separate. Left matches are separate and right matches
So
are separate.
I cannot place you. I cannot face you then ever.
Well,
So who's stronger? We'll never know.
Well, no. So that's why the categories left and right are totally separate. So you don't measure between because then we would either have a left or a right.
Right.
So there's a different champions in left, but though in Pro Panja we only do right. We stick to right.
So what about the lefties? This is like the government. What the hell? If you're left, you're out.
Someday
What's going on, bro?
you start working.
Wait, I thought
you start working on your right hand.
Well, I don't need to do any more work. It's, oh my God, the research and data that I have to share with you. So, how did it all start in terms of actual Panja? What's the secret? Because it sounds like a Punjabi word or Indian word.
Yeah.
So, where does Panja come from?
Panja comes from hand. It's Panja. Panja means
Oh,
hand.
that's what it means.
Yeah,
And so which country or which culture would take?
Well, we
appropriate
also
it?
like to take,
Fair enough.
so
Yeah.
because it is, and actually, if
Is that the word they use? Arm wrestling abroad?
arm wrestling they use abroad.
They don't use Panja.
Now they do.
So then it's
Because
ours?
they do now because Pro Panja League is now seen as one of the biggest in the world.
Yeah.
It's one of the biggest leagues in the world, and because of that, the word Panja has become known and famous amongst all the arm wrestlers.
No, my point is, so where did it originate from?
See, there's a
would
couple
there
of
be
countries.
yeah.
If you look at it, if you really go back into mythology,
Yeah.
there is a scene between Hanuman and Ravan doing Panja.
Seriously?
Yeah, and it was in one of the animation series right now.
We've got all the experts here. Is it true? Huh?
They've not done their research.
They've not done
they
research.
haven't done any research.
Hanuman Bhag, you don't know anything.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
it was actually in one of the animation series right now, which was
Yeah,
shown as
yeah.
well. So it was it's from a long time back. Alexander used to select his generals based on Panja.
Oh, so they also had it, the Greeks, yeah.
as well. So it's very
And they follow the
primal, basic game.
same way. Yeah, I suppose, you're bored, you're men hanging out somewhere. Somebody
Panja-
must have come up
Panja
with
kar
it.
lete hain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Seems like that.
Yeah.
What about girls, ladies?
We have girls in our league as well. So we are one of the few leagues which is all inclusive. We have men, women, and specially abled.
Okay.
So we've got 6 weight categories of men, 3 of women, and 1 specially abled.
And is the women market growing?
Yeah, it is. It's becoming pretty big. There's a lot of really good matches. The girls are very, very tough. I would not do Panja with them. Let's just say that. Yeah,
Is-
Oh,
they're
yeah.
better than-
Yeah.
But is it possible? I mean, males, please don't write into us. The male is much more powerful, right?
Yeah, but
And this
trust
is
me.
Purely the
Yeah.
hand wrist
No,
strength.
no, trust me.
Really?
There are some really
So
strong
girls can beat
girls.
us?
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious? I want to see this
So
match.
like
Can we
amateurs,
have
amateurs like
Yeah,
us?
yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
So an amateur with a trained professional, the woman can beat the man.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Let's have this match up, yeah.
Yeah.
I have a couple of Abhi, come and show your face.
Next time we'll get somebody to.
Yeah, I want to see
you.
this. I
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
see this.
No, to match up with you.
Bro, no woman lets me hold their hand. Well, I'll go Panja police station straight away.
Straight
Then they'll hold my hand. That's what will be fun. Yeah. Right, so now talk to us about TV. So where do we watch it? Sony?
Sony Sports and DD Sports and streaming. It's been on Fan Code.
On fan code. And how long is the whole league going to be?
So far, it's been 17 days.
Mhm.
So we have 15 days of prelims, and then the semifinals on the 16th day and the finals on the 17th day.
Okay, and give us the names of some stars. Now we have to build up these guys.
Oh, there's Dara Singh Honda. There's
I had to take that name.
Kyle Cummings. There's Mazahir Saidu,
Kyle
who's number
Cummings,
one.
that's a foreign name.
He's half, I think, Scottish.
Oh,
and
okay.
half Indian, of course.
Okay.
And Mazahir Saidu, who's number one, and who's a CA.
Mazahir Saidu?
Yeah. So he's a CA in
He's a
Sharjah.
CA?
He's actually a CA and works in Sharjah for the government.
Oh, wow.
And he's number one in the country. There's Askar Ali, Tawheed Sheikh, and who else am I? Rahul Panikar amongst the girls, Yogesh Chaudhary, Nirmal Olian, Senebi, and a lot of names which
And do we get the other famous guys like who we mentioned, like
Devon
Devon and
Larratt,
Larratt?
Levan. So we are in talks. I mean, Devon is a big fan of what we're doing in Pro Panja League.
Oh, you've been in touch?
Yeah. So he's a big fan.
Weren't you Canadian also? Aren't you Canadian or some?
Well, yeah, technically, yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is not an Indian. This is a Canadian guy with glasses. I'm just remember Pravin's background because he came from somewhere, from an acting school in the North Atlantic Ocean.
New York,
yeah. New
Somewhere
York.
around the North Atlantic Ocean.
And by citizenship, you are Canadian.
Yeah.
Right. So then you guys go back a long way.
Yeah.
Literally, because it's a long flight. And
Yeah,
right now,
yeah,
you can't go through the skies because there are all kinds of problems going on, which we'll discuss after a quick break.
Yeah.
The dates are?
The third season, the dates haven't been set, but the dates are going to be December, Jan. And before that, we're going to have the World Championship. So we have the rights to the World Championship this year. So we're going to have more than 75 countries and more than 2,000 athletes come from around the
Are you
world.
serious?
Yeah, in
That
October.
big 2,000 athletes for Panja.
Yeah, 2,000 athletes from around the world, more than 75 countries. It's going to be huge.
Wow, where?
We're just deciding the venue, either Delhi or Mumbai.
Can you say it's going to be huge like Donald Trump?
It's going to be huge.
Wow, 2,000.
Yeah.
Bro, that's going to be huge.
Yeah.
Exactly what he said. Can't wait for that. And that's in which month?
October.
October.
Yeah.
So coming soon, we've got a World Championship which Pravin has brought.
Yeah.
And you're going to have the league in its third season right after that immediately as well. And do foreigners get to play in our
league
Pro
from
Panja
this
League?
season? They will now. We're going to be bringing 2 foreign
So
athletes
how many
into
in a
every
team?
There's as of now there were 30, but I'm saying this for the first time. We're going to be cutting it down to 22.
And no, how many foreigners? So there's no.
Out
So
of
2
the-
into 20. 2 out of the 22.
Oh yeah, are going to be
Okay,
foreigners.
okay, fair enough. And we're obviously going to get the best available.
Yeah, some of the best
So it's
available.
going to be great fun.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to watch. I'm a bit of a.
Yeah.
I like all this. I like MMA also.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. We'll take a quick break and then come back. What is does Pravin actually do Panja at all? Have you? Is that your thing? I know you were very fit, especially when you
No.
came in.
Oh,
You did.
thanks.
Did you do a fitness show? I have a very strong memory that you did a show on TV.
That was a long time back, and
You
not
did?
something that we've
No,
kind of
I know.
buried it in the.
I know. Bills had to be paid, but you were there. It was a daily show or something, if I remember correctly. It was very prominent.
Was it?
In the morning?
Oh yeah.
See, there are people with no lives like me who watch morning television. Yeah. And it was a fitness show. You were in spandex.
Yeah.
Go and find it.
Yeah.
Shreya, find it. And
I'm not giving
we
any more
play
info
1
than
minute of
that.
this. Yeah. All right. We'll take a break and come back and talk about more than just the Pro Panja League in a minute.
Did you know Indians report nearly 800 cases of online financial fraud every day, which has resulted in losses exceeding 1,000 crores in the last 5 years? To keep you safe from such fraud, I am starting my newest podcast series, Conversation with Vigilante, an initiative by HDFC Bank. In every episode, I will feature special guests who can share expert insights on the different types of fraud, their modus operandi, and how you can protect your money. Stay safe, stay vigilant, and don't forget to tune into Conversation with Vigilante. Catch the episodes on all audio streaming platforms and V for Vigilante YouTube channel.
Parvin Dabbas is with us, Canadian. Doesn't have an Aadhaar card, but are you Indian now? I mean, do you have
I have OCI.
I'm asking the wrong
OCI.
questions. Oh, OCI. So where do you pay tax, bro?
Yes, in India.
In India?
Yeah.
And what if you own abroad?
Tax-paying resident.
You don't do the double tax thing, right?
No, luckily we don't.
Not yet,
it's
because
not, that's America.
Carney is a little better than Trump when it comes to all that. Yeah. I want to discuss the war. I hope we'll have a little time for that. But there are important things to ask. First, let's talk about the shark incident, which she's fascinated about. You killed a shark in battle.
No, I didn't kill a shark.
I just wanted to upset you. you had your way with the shark. Yeah.
Well,
What happened? You tell us.
Let's say
Can
I
you show?
survived
Is there footage?
There's
footage?
There's photographs. I'll send.
There's
some.
photographs.
I'll send.
Let's show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Well, I mean, I've been a scuba diver for a long time, and I was shooting a film in South Africa, in Cape Town, and I'd heard about the whole.
You swim with the sharks. There's a thing they
swim
do,
with
right?
Sharks. Yeah. One is a cage dive with great whites, and the other is
They just explain that. So they put you in a cage.
they put you in a cage.
And but it's the bars are. I mean, it's not like. I mean, it's open.
And it's so funny. Just before I was going for this, and I had told Preeti was my girlfriend at the time, and we were, I think, watching TV together. And there was a show on National Geographic showing the great white breaking through the bar.
I've seen
Yeah,
those.
yeah, breaking through the bar.
The head goes straight
Head
into the
goes
bar.
through,
Yeah.
So she was like, "Really?
Yeah.
This is what you want to do?" And I was like, "Okay." So So it was
So
great
you go
fun.
into
They kind of chum
just
the
set it
water.
up properly. No? So you're in.
Yeah, so you're in. They hang the cage off the boat.
Yeah.
And you jump in from the
Top. Yeah.
and you've got a snorkel. Sometimes they give you oxygen, and you're bobbing up and down. It's freezing cold because South Africa water is like freezing, and they're chumming the waters, to get the great whites closer. And then all of a sudden, these huge sharks. You're never ready for the actual size of them.
Was it scary when they actually appear, no?
Oh yeah. So very scary. And sometimes when I was there were two fighting over the piece of tuna these guys were dangling, and they actually came and bashed into the cage, and the cage was going flying all over the place. I thought it's going to break and fall down in the usual Jaws kind of scene, but fortunately that didn't happen. And I mean it's amazing. I've got some. I used to take underwater pictures.
Did the snout come into that thing? Was the way I see it when
No,
I see it on
his
YouTube.
tail did. Usually, his tail
because there's a decent gap. Which I don't understand why do they have such a big gap? There's a proper decent gap. A little slim shark, The next thing you know, he's in with you.
maybe they.
Yeah.
He'll
He'll be like, F the tuna. I got like 200 pounds here. I'll go for this. Yeah. So some crazy things, but we cannot ignore his career. Parvin has actually done lots of films, lots of stuff on TV also, especially in the beginning.
And some theatre.
So lots of theatre, of course, which he's very proud of. Not always. That's where we met, and he realized how painful theatre is in India. Because you had to travel a lot. We were in South Bombay, and you were coming from God knows where at that time.
Bandra.
At
that time it was
Coastal Road. But many big films. Khosla Ka Ghosla, one of your earlier
Monsoon
films.
Wedding. Khosla
Monsoon
Ghosla.
Wedding.
My Name is Khan, Ragini MMS Part 2, and of course OT shows, Hostages, Andhera right now, and quite a few of them.
So he's overworked completely, but he's also an entrepreneur. We started a Panja League on the side. Panja League on the side. Alzheimer's, it'll take some time. You do the show on your own, I'll come back. Doing that on the side as well. But very interestingly, there's a second part to Khosla Ka Ghosla, which I think is one of those films, as we age, it's going to get bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
Because, it's ahead of its times, as far as I can see. And I think generations later will talk about it as an epic film. So
I think they are talking about it as an epic film, but I agree with you that it keeps getting bigger because when we released it, of course, there was no OTT and everything. But now with OTT, it's one of the few films which has held its audience and value and just keeps getting bigger and is like legitimately a cult film. And there's so much excitement for part 2. Wherever we go, people are so excited that a part 2 is coming. And I think because they relate and they love the characters so much, there's just so much love for all of these characters. And if you look at the film, it was such a well-balanced film because it wasn't an out-and-out comedy. There was a lot of heart in the film.
I also think it is comic and the performances are fantastic and there are funny lines, no doubt about that. But also I think Delhi guys or guys from the north can immediately see that world because they've experienced it if they try to buy or sell. All right, so immediately and to get that right, you have to also credit the director.
Oh yeah, definitely the writer, the director.
To get that
both
right,
of them.
I mean, fantastic.
I think it wasn't an easy film to make because there was a very fine balance, between the humor and the drama. And even for me, for my character, because I didn't have any of the funny lines, so to speak, the usual funny lines. So
you had Boman and Anupam Kher and
Ranveer. So Vinay. So
they all insisted on some humor. He's an athlete.
So my character was more introvertish. So but it was a great.
So how does it play
experience.
out now? It's all different characters in part 2?
No, it's the same characters.
The same characters?
Yeah. So, I mean, they're the same characters.
They're
just
playing the
now
same character.
they're
I'm not
playing
saying the actors are the same, but you're playing the same characters.
Yeah, most of the actors are also the same.
Yeah,
except for a couple who unfortunately.
Is Anupam going to be in it because he's coming to talk to us on something else?
Oh yeah. Well, you got to ask him then, I guess.
Oh, but you do know.
What?
Is Anupam going to be in the film or not?
Yeah, of course he is. That's what I said. It's the same. So me,
I look like an idiot if I say Anupam. How do you want the film? Shut up.
me, Anupam, Boman, Ranveer, Tara. We're all
That's
there.
a full same cast, yeah?
So
Who's
that's-
missing? Rajpal Yadav. He's out. All good, guys. Yeah, I love Rajpal Yadav.
sweet.
I'm not just saying that now because we're making fun, but
A little trivia.
yeah.
He got married because of me.
What?
I introduced him to his wife in Canada
The Canadian connection.
when we were shooting for the hero. It wasn't a Canadian connection. We just happened to be shooting in Canada.
Yeah.
And so
So you, as in,
I mean, I didn't know her. I was hanging
She came
with.
and saw the
No,
shoot.
she was there for the shoot, but
Right.
I was hanging with somebody else, for lack of a better term, and
With a
a
girl?
long time back. Yeah,
When you weren't doing your Panja.
It's a long time
He was
back.
doing Nanga.
Yeah, a long time back.
Too
And
much?
and we were
No
gonna
ball.
we were gonna go hang somewhere,
Huh.
and she came with this friend Radha,
Huh.
very sweet girl, and they were both there. I said, so I don't know what it was. I said it was just one of those moments. I was like, yeah, Rajpal, and it was the first time he had come abroad,
Yeah.
outside anywhere, and I just said, I picked up the phone. I called his room. I said, kya kar raha hai? He said, kuch nahi. So I said, niche aa ja, kam mere kamre mein. He said, okay. Put the phone down, and he came, and after he came, all of a sudden he was like, like two girls.
He was in character.
Yeah, he was like, no. Yeah, so he's like-
Canada mein lagi hai kya?
so we all went to for a drive and ice cream and hung out, and they hit it off, and I'm so happy for him that
I can tell you my Rajpal story.
yeah,
Not
sure.
to compete. So we did a show for Percept, sometime like sports show, Deck Chapel at that time. All these big shots with the cricketers. Show got over. We did some skits. Came back and started drinking. I used to drink in those days with the group. And then we played this game where I said, okay, I'll speak in Hindi and you speak in English. I will not change for the whole night. As you know, my Hindi is not strong and his English is horrible. And then we entertained everybody. Okay, because and it was like a foul. Look, even one word went in the other language. And it was so much fun, Baba. I can't tell you, of course, those were.
Yeah, so he actually came for the opening of our second season as well right now to Gwalior. It was him, Khali, and Vijendra Singh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so like a a very interesting group for
How's
the
that
opening.
Khali doing? But I don't, I see him on some shots here and there. It looks like he's a little, is there some issues with the physique?
I can't speak for him.
Yeah.
He's a big
No,
guy.
just walking and all, it looks like he's having trouble.
Again, I can't really,
Okay. It's not a pretty incorrect thing. I mean, we all wish him well. I just thought,
but I don't
hope he's
know, so I
okay.
can't really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And plus, he's the great Khali. Why take a chance? He might just pick you up for 2 minutes and your life is over, as far as we're concerned. So that's that. That's Khosla ka Ghosla. What else is on the pipeline? Do you have time now, or you're just fully immersed in this now?
I'm doing actually a pretty big film, which is very special effects heavy as well. And I can't say much about it because it's not announced, but I will say that it's going to be, I think, one of the biggest films of 27. It was going to first be released towards the end of 26, but the special effects and the editing and we have one schedule left. It's going to be very, very different.
Are we good with the Bahubali format?
Well, I'll say it's somewhere, without having.
I'm
saying
worried
anything,
about
but-
that, Praveen, when you bring that up because of this whole AI nonsense that's going around.
Yeah, there's no AI in this.
There's no AI, right? Because they're going to replace us sooner or later. Yeah.
Oh, well, I have a.
You're going to be a
different view on that.
photograph. They'll just have your photograph and everything else gets done by
Well,
the
you
AI.
have to own. Unfortunately, you have to actually go and own your rights, which I think is pretty stupid. Why would I have to own my rights?
Yeah, why would you have to own your rights?
Yeah, but to protect yourself, that's what you have to.
Is this India or worldwide?
India and worldwide? Yeah.
So you have to make an application to have your own
No,
rights for
Acha,
yourself.
for that I don't know if what you're applying for here works abroad or not. Also, but you have to. The rule is the same. You have to, protect your own identity.
But chase your identity.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like, is there any AI movie right now which you would say, okay, it's AI, I want to go and see it?
I don't know what is AI. I get scared sometimes, like these memes. This damn
I
war
think
started and-
it's great for content on social media, and it's interesting for that 15-20 seconds.
Yeah.
But to actually make content out of it for which
Long
you would
format,
want long
yeah.
format, as of now, I don't see that happening. I think what we are interested in is seeing human beings who we know and who we start connecting with. You want to see these.
Yeah, the whole star culture and
Yeah,
actor
yeah,
culture and all
yeah,
that. I mean,
exactly.
it goes
I
out of the
don't
window a
think-
little bit.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to
Yeah.
go, because we're interested in their lives also, right? Of
The
what
human
happens,
factor,
the
yeah.
human factor. Is he having an affair with somebody? Blah blah blah.
I like the way you went straight there.
yeah.
I mean, you didn't even wait. Yeah. I thought maybe, Denzel, such a great actor. Amitabh Bachchan. Straight away, then, so who's he sleeping with? Yeah. That's the hope for the audience. Yeah.
See, I see people around me, especially my wife and all, what they watch on what they're looking for on social media. So I had to pan this off onto her.
Yeah,
You
fair
saw that,
enough.
right? Such-
Blame the woman. Hindi films have been doing that for 200 years. Yeah. All right, we have a little time. Let's quickly get into it because we're shooting at the point of day 3. Oh God, it sounds like a league of sorts. Day 3 of this horrible war that's going on in the background and causing a little bit of chaos.
Yeah.
Flights to begin with, if you're not involved in politics, flights all over the world have gone berserk.
Yeah.
What's your take? See, you're a Canadian, you're an Indian, you're a man of the world. I'm thinking your take will be very interesting because you're like a global citizen.
See, my take is that, of course, war is always bad. People get hurt, but what is the alternative, right? Is there a government now? Again, this is not for us to say because it's for the people there. But
by there we mean the Middle East in total. Or you're talking about Iran?
In Iran,
Yeah.
And is the majority happy? We don't know, right? And
Right now it's like with Iran retaliating against everybody in sight. It's a little, a bit of a free for all happening. So
But isn't that kind of, a sense of what would happen? Because according to me, if you pull away everything else, it's about whether Iran should have had a nuclear weapon or not, right? Whether the regime, so to speak,
whether
should
they
have
actually, you saw the WMDs back in the day, which never were
Which never
there,
were, yeah,
George W.
absolutely.
Bush
So-
time, etc. So
I have to say one thing is not to do with this particular regime or something. We talk about corruption in our countries, but corruption abroad in the West is on a whole different level.
what does that
which
mean?
we don't
Like
realize.
as good as us?
Like you. Well, no.
We had one thing, Parvin. We had one thing.
sorry.
We had corruption. We have nothing now. We have what? AQI. That's all we have is AQI. Don't take that away from us, man.
I feel the whole AQI thing is
It's rubbish?
is
Bro.
over-
I like that. I like that. Yeah.
I think it's become like a fad.
Yeah, it's the Epstein files. It's a
Yeah, it's-
distraction. Yeah.
I don't think the Epstein files is a fad, but
Yeah.
I think speaking about it has become kind of a
Or
fad.
it's overdone to
It's
some extent where
overdone,
people
and-
think
and
they're
the
really
whole-
going to die when they're
the
not.
whole
Yeah.
AQI kitna and looking at your watch, or it's like the 10,000 steps looking at your watch every 2
It's
seconds.
amazing in
how many steps
certain
have I done?
circles, conversation is around that. In specific sort of numbers being given and thrown
Not
about.
to say I'm not against having a clean environment and having, breathing easy. Like Delhi is really bad, so it's not like. But I feel, when you get into the whole these words, you get caught up in the words. You get away from what are you actually doing to make it better, if you know what I mean? Because you get so caught up in the fad of talking about it that you're not concentrating so much on how can we make it better.
Exactly. There's a lot of blame game happening, because you just keep saying government is responsible, this one's responsible.
It's not, and I'll speak about that along with something else which I'm pretty passionate about is Swachh Bharat, is Clean India. We always think it's somebody else's job to clean up after us, right? Which it's not. I think.
In the old days, my mom, but those days,
Well, that's
sorry.
Yeah, so and I think that is something we definitely need to improve in our country. Is this culture of just throwing stuff around, thinking the government
We'll
is.
get back to what, since you brought that up. I'm just saying the biggest problem I have. I'm talking about upmarket areas, the areas where we live in South Mumbai, etc. We have this culture of throwing things out of the window.
Yeah, I
Like,
think
I'm
it's
not talking about rich
horrible.
people.
Yeah.
These don't say uneducated, unpad, and all that, nothing.
Everybody.
It's just like I'll keep my house clean and then I just toss the extra, because you find roti on the in the colony, in the lane and all that.
Yeah.
Where's it coming from?
Yeah.
And I've literally been hit standing. My friend Kunal, our common friend who used to smoke a lot, we were standing outside somebody's house, like in the building compound, because he had to smoke and we don't smoke upstairs. So I'm killing time with him and I got hit by a flying chapati.
roti. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, how humiliating is that, man? To be bullied by a culinary expert on the 9th floor.
Was it like a Purana? Was it harder?
Obviously, it was,
Harder
yeah,
or
it was
soft?
harder. It becomes like a little, one of those frisbee thingies.
things, yeah.
Yeah. But the fact is, it comes from these places and they just don't seem to care. And then all over you can find little,
humiliating, no?
humiliating also, because I'm non-veg. Chicken tikka ka hai, But there was no reply from upstairs. Yeah. So anyway, so that's what's about it. But let's get back because we broke your flow in the middle. So you're saying that the uranium, which will then translate into a
But
nuclear weapon.
I'll tell you, it's a
when
very complex issue because again, who's to decide who should have
That's
it
my point.
and who shouldn't, right?
No, but we reached a non-proliferation pact
Treaty.
with all countries,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
After all getting theirs,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
top 5 have got theirs.
Yeah.
India, China, Pakistan,
What I
US,
feel bad about
France, England.
is women wanting freedom and not being able to have the level of freedom that they want.
No, I'm totally against that regime, man. That regime is ridiculous. They're
I thought you
medieval.
were going to say I'm totally against women having freedom.
Well, I thought about that. Then I said, this is recorded. So, let's back off from that, Yeah. Good point.
Right.
Yeah.
So-
No, the regime can't be. I mean, 32,000 people have been executed just for protesting. They execute you for Facebook posts, for a Twitter thing, for a song, for a poem, for a comment.
Yeah.
That's just madness.
Yeah, of course. So the thing is, what do you do now? Of course, talking about it, it's like there's so many levels. But is it that should something have been done earlier? They've been doing sanctions, they've been doing all kinds of stuff which isn't
Well,
working.
there was a pact with Barack Obama, and then that changed under this guy, part one.
So
No, my point is, how do we know what the truth is? Do they really have nuclear grade uranium, which can, because he kept saying in a week or two they will, which sounded a little far fetched.
I agree with you because there's such a huge question mark, like you rightly said, with the whole Iraq thing.
There was nothing.
There was nothing.
Yeah.
So, but I think these guys are self-professedly going down that they were. Now, is that a good enough reason to attack a whole country? I don't know. But what I do, like I said, agree with is
Regime change.
Well, women should have rights, right? And if a regime isn't giving that to them and isn't really a regime of the people, then what choice do you have?
But then again, who are you to say from outside the
Exactly.
sovereignty
So
of another
that's
state?
So that's why we need to be a little careful.
It's
Speaking
like a-
about the fact is that these people, what it seems like, have been fighting for their rights, right?
Yeah, but
And they've been oppressed. What it seems like again from outside. Now again, do we know what's actually going on in there or not? But
I mean, you give me a very complicated answer.
Yeah,
I don't even know what. I had no more knowledge about it before I spoke to you. I'm all over the place in my head. What the hell is he saying? Yeah. Taking me around, Gumao me
I think I've
properly.
tried to be like,
Yeah.
cover all my bases.
Yeah, you covered all your bases.
Let me be.
He's a proper Canadian. There's no commitment here, whatever happens. Yeah, but I wish it didn't happen, all said and done. I mean, obviously, we don't want people in Iran to have a revolution and a democratic Iran. I think it's a wonderful country.
Yeah,
And
if you look
can
at
send the Parsis back straight away. Yeah, put them on the first plane, send them back. Well, regime
We'll
change.
be looking for a new host pretty soon.
Yeah. Tehran is lovely. I mean, not now because of all the shit that's happening. but
I think
it's a beautiful country.
From because the pictures we've seen, it was Persia was an amazing country, and hopefully they can.
Under my namesake, it was the most tolerant society. In fact, he gave the Jews back Babylon and etc. etc. So everybody was, from where to where.
Yeah, absolutely. So, can they get back to that time?
Can we stop the war? What's Canada's role in this? Speak for the other
Listen,
countries.
buddy, I don't live there. I don't speak for
OCI का
them.
मतलब क्या है? मैं बेवकूफ हूँ यार. OCI means that he is a person who is from Canada living in India, right?
Kind of.
ED, until you break the bank, ED is not coming. Then they are coming. Boys, don't be too successful. Just be about successful. Too successful, they'll come after you. And then I can't help you, bro. We can talk about Iran all day. It's not going to go away.
ED has like a threshold कि इसके ऊपर अगर होगा तो पकड़ने आएंगे. So the trick is to stay just below.
Just below.
Just below.
Yeah. See, because your lifestyle doesn't change just below. It's just stupid to go above that.
Exactly.
What do you want? An island? Oops, somebody tried that. That didn't work out. Yeah. All right, so that's so much about the war. We hope we're recording this while it's going on, and we hope that perhaps by the time you see it, it's de-escalated or become less. So there's a ceasefire because, like he said, it's just firstly people who die are always almost not involved most of the time. It's casualties which are just collateral damage.
I mean, nobody wants innocent lives to be lost at the end of the day.
Yeah, like when my wife and Kunal fight, I get abused. And I'm not even involved, It's always the innocent. Like,
I think there must be something which, past trauma which.
he moved
comes
into our
back to you.
building.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he lives on the ground floor, and not in the watchman's cabin like I planned. He's got a flat and stuff, and he's now here over my shoulder. If you just take a look at his freaking picture.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Yeah. The crew before this crew actually had done most of that, right? Shreya? Kunal's picture was before, right? You did it? Oh, I'm so sorry. Jesus Christ. More trouble. See, you gave women rights, and now see what happened. Now see.
Maybe we need to stick to the regime in Iran.
All right, let's end with going back to the league. The Suniel Shetty and Panja. Okay, she's just sent me before we end now. What is Suniel Shetty and
Sunil
Panja?
Shetty,
He's
sir,
a
is
brand
a
ambassador.
partner with us. Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
Yeah. He was known as, have you seen Balwan? His first pictures. He was known as a tough guy and all
tough guy.
that.
He is.
I mean, I come from South Bombay boy. He was one of those guys who got into bodybuilding. And
He is a very tough. He's still very, very fit.
Very
Extremely.
fit. Yeah. He's also
So
one of the...
great mentor, business mentor, always there for advice and guiding, and big part of Pro Panja League.
All right. How do we get to go to watch it live? What's the process?
You have a Sony Sports connection.
Yeah.
You turn on the TV.
No.
You go to Sony Sports, and you.
Hello, Enforcement Directorate. Parvin Dabbas, OCI. Aadhaar card nahi hai, gando. If I want to see it.
Yeah.
I like watching sport live. I just love it.
I will personally send you the timings as and when they are.
Do you buy tickets? I'm saying, how do you...
Oh, if you want to see it live.
Yeah.
Yes. But we will send you a special pass to see
Where's it going to be in Bombay?
We will have something. We do have events around the year as well. So apart from the league, we do these.
But every time there's be a monument, or that's just...
It doesn't have to be. We do it indoors also. It's nice to have.
Well, you run out after some time. I mean, there'll be the Gateway of India, there'll be Rani Bagh, JJ Flyover. What monuments do we have? Yeah, let's be honest. Not that much to be proud about.
I've got my eye on Bandra Fort actually.
Bandra Fort. Do it fast before they say, okay, maintenance. 30 people hammering in the background. This guy's going crazy on the side. All right. Yeah. Okay, so check it out. There's a World Championship in October. A few months away. Hopefully, maybe Parvin will come back before that with some releases because he's always acting on the side as well. And then there in December is the Pro League, the Pro Panja League. Check it out. All right. And if you want to be the next Panja star, how much money can you make? Quickly,
you can make a decent amount, and it keeps growing because, of course, it's the beginning phase. But now it's starting to get pretty decent. And what we keep telling the players, a lot of them are starting to become very famous. Like our biggest athlete has 4 million followers.
Oh, wow.
On social media now. And when we started with him, he had about 2,000-3,000. So the thing is, it's about how do you use your brand and project yourself when you're on TV, then on social media.
Obviously, that's star quality. Everybody does that.
And then building your brand. So you can make a big amount because what we keep telling the athletes also is in cricket as well. The athletes make 20% of their amount from the sport. Everything else is outside of that, right? So we kind of try to put them in the same.
So you market
mindset.
yourself as a brand.
Market yourself. We're helping marketing. You need to be active on social media. You need to build your brand so that you are making a certain amount. So you're becoming famous and everything from here. You're making a decent amount here, but then you're really growing with the branding that you're building around yourself.
All right. So potential stars to be, just follow his advice. In the meantime, I have given you, from my goodness of my heart, because we go back a long way, I've given you the finger panja proprietary right.
Oh, thank
So
you.
go ahead and market that as much as you can.
So what shall we call it? Should we call it ungli panja ya panja ungli?
Yeah, teri ungli mein.
Teri ungli.
I just want to sound like a guy.
Tere mein ungli.
Teri ungli mein.
No, it should be tere mein ungli.
Tere mein ungli mein. Teri ungli mein. I don't know. What do you think?
Tere mein ungli.
Let's just keep saying that till people stop watching.
Yeah.
Tere ungli mein. Tere ungli mein. Parvin Dabbas.
Just a pose.
Yeah, please.
Just the pose. Just the photo.
So I feel pain anywhere. I don't even masturbate anymore. I can't take a chance. Too much.
Too much. Too much. I don't think we can hold hands again after that.
She wants us to have a panja. No, I can't.
No panja.
I'm in pain everywhere.
Everything is starting to go. We're reaching that.
My shoulder will, you don't know what age is, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a girl coming and telling us what to do.
We'll do a pose though. We'll do a pose, like I said.
We have a shower and come out feeling pain.
We'll do a pose.
Oh, pose we can
Just
do.
a pose.
Which cup? Oh. And I'll just give you audio as well. So this is allowed, huh? All this is allowed. I'll cheat as much as I can. I have a guy, Abad. He's fantastic.
Oh, yeah?
Top lawyer, Abad Ponda.
Oh, awesome.
But he fucking scares me, the power he generates just from here. Yeah. I wonder if he'll be interested, but...
Cyrus says every time, Cyrus says, जब ये कहे तुम सुनो, please.
तमीज़ से बात करना है ना, important people यार.